My bookends are so boring. They're nowhere near whimsical enough, and so I've designed these bookworm bookends, and now I'm gonna make them. I started by picking out a piece of wood to use. These are just offcuts of construction timber from when I built this as yet unfinished workshop. I was looking for a piece that was wide enough where I could work around the knots, and when I'd found a suitable piece, I went back to my current smaller workshop and planed it down a little thinner. I don't know what I did with the screws to attach the dust port to the planer, so I just let it fly. Just a real quick editing note, I wanted all the music in this video to sound like it was made by worms, so I took some pretty big swings with the choices. I do hope it's not annoying. We're having fun. It's whimsical. Just try and keep that in mind. Back to it. I really like this method of transferring designs. It's something I've used a lot when it doesn't need to be totally accurate. You trace over your lines with a soft pencil and then flip the page over and retrace it from the back and you get a faint transfer. It's very cool. And then it was time to cut them out. I used bigger saws to remove some of the bulk, and then for the tighter curves, I used just a cheap little coping saw, which worked great. The workbench that I'm using here, it's the first and only one that I've ever made, and it's treated me very well. You can see by the top of it, it's kind of wrecked from a load of past projects, but it racks like crazy. But I am looking at making a new one at some point, so I'm kind of just persevering with it for now. But the vise that I'm using is a very new addition. Having it for this project was really great because I could adjust the wormies really quickly and easily, keeping my arm at a comfortable angle to saw. I'd never really done any kind of shaping before this project, and I was really surprised by how quick it was. I purposely chose a soft wood so that it would be easier to shape, and I knew that I'd be painting them anyway, so I didn't think there was any point in using a nice hardwood just to eventually cover it. I'd say I probably only spent 10 or 15 minutes shaping each one to get them to where I wanted them. I used 3/4 inch MDF for the bases because it's nice and flat, but mostly because I already had some to spare. I just eyeballed the height of the back parts and then cut the base to the same size. In my mind, I was picturing a kind of rough finish, so I sanded them a little bit, but I didn't bother getting them really smooth. All right, I'm gonna get it all put together temporarily so I can mark the holes before I paint. This battery's dying, of course. Here we are so far. Let me clean this mess up and then figure out where we're gonna go next. It kind of occurred to me pretty late in this process that I don't know if these are actually gonna be heavy enough to hold up some books. Oh, perfect. Let's get a few more just to test it. All right, yeah. That's grand. And actually, better than grand, it's going to look really good. So I need to make glasses for them and then I need to paint. But actually, I think it might be a good idea to glue up the bases and get those drying off to the side before I do the other stuff. So that's what we'll do next. So the worms need glasses. I had a bit of a play around last night just to try and figure out how I was going to tackle them. This is my first attempt. I made the arms separately and you can see that I kind of wrapped them around the frame there, but they don't stay in place. I took another go at it. I thought, okay, you know what? If I double up the wire to begin with, it'll be just a bit more rigid. And then I tried it with one of the lenses. Oh dear, it does not look good at all. I didn't think this was going to be easy, but at this point I was realizing just how difficult it was going to be. And so I searched for wire glasses for dolls, and that's when I stumbled across this video called How to Make Wire Glasses for Dolls, which was exactly what I was looking for. These are a little pair that I made using Sharon's method. I can't believe I have to do the beauty vlogger thing. Anyway, these are really cute. They are exactly what I was hoping for. I'm going to finish these with yarn. I got blue and red for each of the worms. But I figure I will make another pair of these, get them to this point, and then finish them both at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do now. So like one of the obvious things is I had been trying to roll these circles by hand and just rolling them around something, make sure that they're super clean. So basically I went and just looked for an object that was almost the exact circumference of the glasses. So in this case, Pritt stick. I can just start wrapping around. And there's one of my lenses. I'm going to zip through this part because I really should have had a second camera for the close-ups, but for whatever reason, I didn't. You could just go and watch Sharon's video. I've linked it below. I rolled out 2 lenses side by side and then used pliers to bend the arms back. And then I rolled out the ear loops over a pen. To attach the glasses to the worms, I fixed a little bit of wire to the bridge, and later I'll drill a little hole into their faces that it can slot into, and it will be hidden by the yarn. So there are the starts of 2 little pairs of glasses for my 2 little worms. I built up the thread a bit too much in certain areas, so parts are a bit uneven and thicker than I'd like them to be. But believe it or not, I had never done this before. So, you know, for a first and second attempt, I think they look pretty good. All right, so the glasses are done. Last night I put a white undercoat onto those bases because the MDF is quite dark. And I just put on what I thought was going to be the only coat of yellow that I will need, but I'm now realizing is probably the first coat of many because it's still looking real streaky, so I hope I can get those looking good. Now I'm going to paint the worms. I'll start with a pink base coat. And then, I mean, we're almost there. This thing is almost done. I've made this kind of a mad looking platform to hold the worms up so I can get right under them. Oh, I don't know why I thought that would work. I'm going to have to think of something else. I found these little 1/2-inch plywood squares, so hopefully they work better. I'm not very good at mixing acrylics. I actually don't like painting at all. So yeah, I kind of used like an incredible amount of paint to get the shade that I wanted, but I forgot that acrylics dry darker. So the color that these ended up being was way too saturated, like almost neon. So I saved my palette overnight, and then the next day I did a second coat and made them just a bit more pastel and closer to what I'd been picturing in my head. When that coat was dry, it was time to draw on the faces, and I used a mix of Posca paint pens and Polychromos coloring pencils to do that. I'll be honest here, I ended up painting over the face of that first one and then redrawing it because the eyes were too close together. So I realized that attaching the glasses and then drawing the face on to get it sitting right was the way to go. And so I did that for the second one. The yellow acrylic was looking so patchy. So in the end, I sprayed them yellow with the only yellow that I had to hand, which was marigold. So a little darker than I'd wanted, but it's all I had, so I just went with it. And honestly, I think it looks fine. The lads are done. I put felt feet on the bottom. I didn't finish painting there, but you won't see it, doesn't matter. I think they look outrageously cute, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with them. So let's get them on the shelves. So I'm thinking I'll take a couple or all 3 of these toolboxes down from this shelf and put them onto the new shelves behind my door, and then this is where the wormies will go. I do suspect that this is probably the case for most people's book collections, but a shocking amount of books on these shelves have yet to be read. I'm actually stopping myself from buying new books until I get through what I have here. And so I decided that the best use for the worms would be to prop up graphic novels that most of which bought a really long time ago and none of which I've read. And so I don't know, it'll maybe incentivize me to read them. It kind of feels like the worms are giving me personal recommendations, you know, like read these ones next. This is typically the part of my videos where I say things like, I'm really happy with how these turned out and I had a great time making them and they exceeded my expectations. I kind of repeat myself a lot at the end of projects, but you know what? It's always true, and it's true now as well. Do you know what? Let me like stand back and look at these lads and just like try and muster up something new that I haven't said at the end of a project. They didn't exist a couple of weeks ago. I just thought of them in my head, and now they're real, and there's nothing cooler than that. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.